Okay, so I get the impression you probably watched the Warriors Kings a little bit closer than I did. I still pulled some tape and grabbed some things that I want to talk about with the Warriors in terms of how I think they made that run in the third quarter that kind of felt like stretched the game away from the Kings a
Can
little
I
bit.
can I give you before we dive in? Can I give you my biggest thing for what I thought was the biggest impactor tonight?
Absolutely. That's why I'm queuing it up for you, baby. Let's do it.
Well, number one, Fox. Obviously, like I thought, Fox had he came out the gates extremely hot. Had a really good fourth quarter to help draw them in, but you could tell like I think he had 6 or 7 turnovers tonight. Almost all of them came off driving. Like he was not comfortable getting downhill. What was rough too is like the Kings really did find a lot of better offense and had a lot more balance to their offense outside of just needing Fox to score 30 for them. But I think the lack of easy buckets, generated on drives towards the paint from him was really felt tonight. But the biggest reason why I felt the Warriors won, Kevon Looney was awesome. Like he was really damn good on the glass. That's an undersell. He was incredibly good on the glass. Was really good as a trigger man and just in what he brought overall. But Draymond's aggression as a scorer, that was like the most aggressive I've ever seen him come out as a scorer, at least since the first like 2 or 3 years of the Warriors run. Like he came out, there was no hesitation on like, oh, I'm gonna look to DHO this. It was like, no, I'm catching the ball and I'm going. And I thought like you could tell Sabonis was very much so in trying not to foul. Like I thought it was a pretty clear game plan from them to saying soft is the wrong way to put it, but like very much like, okay, just stay there with your hands up. Don't try and reach. Be careful. And I think that's the right way to play it because, I mean, you don't expect Draymond to come out like this, but, I mean, he was legitimately a very impactful and important scorer for them tonight. Like, what do you have, 18, 20? And he was, I mean, that was the biggest deciding factor for me was how he played and was able to just kind of open things up from there because both he and Looney with adding that in, like this was the most that the Kings got back cut all series tonight. And I think a lot of that was because they were having to put that much more pressure on the trigger men.
I'm so glad that you brought up the back cutting. You brought up the passing and playmaking of the bigs because that is actually what we're going to dive into. But I do want to focus on Draymond scoring because I think you're 100% right. The aggression as a driver is something we have not seen from Draymond in a few years now. And he's come out in both of these games, both game 4 and game 5, and been very aggressive since that suspension. He's been very, he wants to take it to Domantas Sabonis, it feels like, frankly, every single time that he's on the court. And Draymond can be an emotional player, but I don't tend to think of him as someone that offensively lets that, kind of game within the game get into him, right? Like he's not someone that like will jack up terrible shots. Like frankly, tonight, I thought there were a couple times where Drew Holiday got baited into playing the one-on-one game with Jimmy Butler against the just incredible run that Butler is on. And I thought it hurt the Milwaukee Bucks. In this game against the Kings, it feels like Domantas Sabonis, like he is out to make a point right now, Draymond Green. And I'm fascinated. I will be watching the Draymond Green show tonight to see what he says and to see what he thinks about that aggression and why he is that aggressive right now, what he sees in the defense that makes him that aggressive. We might have to wait until after game 6 or game 7 to hear from that exactly. But yeah, really, really impressive stuff from Draymond Green, I thought. But there are also two things that I think I want to talk about that feed into the bigs, because look, we can talk about the fact that Klay Thompson had 25 points and made some just absolutely absurd threes tonight. We can talk about Stephen Curry having 31 and 8. Again, he was absolutely tremendous in this game, I thought. But the difference in this series to me is the bigs. I think the Warriors have been better in terms of being a solid defensive unit on the interior, with Kevon Looney being able to body up on these Domantas Sabonis post-up attempts, and in help on the interior with guys like Andrew Wiggins coming over as a weak side rim protector, with Draymond Green obviously being able to play that role as well, having that length on the interior. The reason the Kings are kind of continuing to be really high level in this series, I think, is the 3-point shooting. And they just didn't get that tonight. De'Aaron Fox makes 3 of 3 from 3 in the first quarter. Then he goes 0 of 7 the rest of the way. They shoot 29.4% from 3 in this game. Up until then, it felt like the threes were why the Kings were having a ton of success in the games where they'd had success. I thought they had some reasonable success tonight against the Warriors defense, but the interior defense, the rebounding, the ability to end possessions is huge. The second part is the passing. I think the bigs being able to make passes and bring Sabonis away from the basket has been enormous. We don't think of Domantas Sabonis obviously as a very high level rim protector. He's not. We need to be real about that. But he's the biggest body the Kings got, unless they're playing Alex Len. And they play 4 wings, or they play 2 wings at the 3 and the 4. Like, Harrison Barnes is not a great rim protector on the weak side. Keegan Murray is not a great rim protector on the weak side. So by bringing Sabonis away, I'm glad you brought up the back cuttings. We're about to get into it. I thought the Warriors just absolutely demolished the Kings tonight on back cuts and on short rolls as well. I thought short rolls were a significant problem for the Kings in this game too. We're going to see here, this is going to be Stephen Curry. He is going to eventually, I believe, or no, this is going to be, what is this? This is, oh no, I grabbed the wrong clip, Mark Schindler. This is a nightmare. Mark, talk for a minute about the Warriors passing as I try and figure out what in the hell I missed here.
Shoot, I am totally drawing a blank right here. No, I thought like this was the most it felt like the Warriors were able to get downhill in general tonight. Like, still not a very good Jordan Poole game, if we're being honest, but he had 6 assists tonight, and a lot of that was coming off of his ability to attack downhill. And I think part of that was opened up by exactly like you're talking about, what the bigs brought and how they were able to open things up. But yeah, I thought this was a phenomenal passing game from the Warriors.
Okay, so now we're up. We've got it.
Cool.
This is going to be just an entry pass from Steph into Draymond. He's going to come up after having set a screen for Wiggins in order to try and confuse the Kings on the back end a little bit. And he's going to take the handoff from Dre. They're going to put 2 on the ball. Look here. They're just going to put 2 on the ball. Sabonis is going to come up very high, and this is just an easy pocket pass for Draymond Green and Stephen Curry, who have been doing this for a decade now, right? And here you're going to see Draymond Green being very aggressive. He forces the step up from, I believe that might be Davion Mitchell, because, again, that initial screening action in the paint from Stephen Curry that you're going to see here forces the switch from Mitchell onto Wiggins here. So they're going to force the switch. Fox goes on to Curry, get the short roll. And this is just an easy lob for Draymond Green up to Andrew Wiggins. Again, you're going to come up here. You're going to see Stephen Curry. He is going to throw the ball to Draymond Green. This is just tried and true, easy bucket for the Golden State Warriors over the years. Draymond Green trailer. They go under the screen this time. It feels like they're trying to trap on the wings, and in the middle of the court, they're dropping. Why you would ever drop against Stephen Curry is beyond me, but they decided to drop here. Steph calls bank, and it goes in. This play here, I believe, is going to be Looney this time. This is going to be Poole coming down to the wing. They decide to ice it like it's a ball screen, even though it's not a ball screen. Little pocket pass into Looney. Forces the step up from the help defender. This is an easy baseline cut again from Wiggins for the easy bucket. Steph comes up here, takes the screen from Draymond, and then we're going to see the cutters again. I have no idea why they decided to try and trap Kevon Looney on this play. This is a very bizarre decision from Kevin Huerter here. Oh no, he just like completely tried to overplay. I believe is that Gary Payton or Jordan Poole? I believe it's Jordan Poole. Tries to overplay Jordan Poole not being able to come up and get the handoff, and Jordan Poole just recognizes it immediately and gets the easy backdoor cut. Okay, here we go. We've got Stephen Curry again. This is going to be an easy screen from Draymond. They decide to put 2 on the ball in the middle of the court this time. Easy pass to Draymond, and he's just reading Harrison Barnes the whole way. He's reading that low man on the opposite corner. He sees Harrison Barnes sink in. This is just the easiest pass in the world for Draymond Green. Out to Andrew Wiggins. Easy kick out. Now we're going to start getting into the third quarter cutters that really made this offense sing during that quarter. Here, passes the ball over to Draymond. You're going to see kind of some dummy action for Stephen Curry, and then eventually Gary Payton just cuts backdoor. This is just the easiest cut. And because, again, Harrison Barnes, not a great rim protector, easy finish around Harrison Barnes. Okay. Again, entry pass in to Draymond Green, kind of dribbles, waits for Dante DiVincenzo to shake his man, cut backdoor, hits the easy backdoor cut. Again, this is going to be, I believe, Looney on a delayed short roll here. Steph draws 2 with Len, hits Looney, and then Looney just the easy kick out. Again, I believe that might be Dre that time for the easy 3. And then here, just top of the key, Draymond Green, just waiting for things to develop a little bit, gets the ball to Kevon Looney. Kevon, this is a phenomenal screen. You're about to see him completely light up Davion Mitchell here. Beautiful dribble handoff here to Klay Thompson and just demolishes Davion there on the screen. This was, I said, I thought game 3 was a legacy game for Kevon Looney in a Warriors uniform. Given the spot that they were in, I stand by that. He was just as good tonight. Shout out to Kevon Looney. Ends up with 22 points, 7 assists, only 4 points, but Kevon Looney, I thought, was absolutely terrific in this game.
Totally agree. That was a really fun game. I wish that game 6 was tomorrow already, because I'm really interested to see what the Warriors, what the Kings come back with and how they counter.
Yep.
But yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal set of games tonight. Do you have anything else? Do you think the Warriors or Kings win that game?
Game 6, I'm going to say Kings just because I wanted to go 7. I'm ready to see it.
I think the Dubs close it out, unfortunately. I'd love to see 7. I'd love to see 7 in this series. I think the Dubs close it out, though, unfortunately. That Chase Center crowd is going to be absolutely rocking. I thought the Kings, outside of Keegan Murray in game 4, I thought their role players were not quite as good in the road games as they've been in home. And that gives me some real concern against this Warriors team.